LEDPowersport back here again, guys, with the 2024 Arctic Cat ZR120. This is their youth snowmobile line. They're actually going to be stopping making these, I believe most of the manufacturers in 2026. So if you guys want a youth sled, now's the time to buy before they stop making the 120s. Then I believe they're just going to be doing the 200s. Not sure exactly why that is, but it sounds like that's going to be what happens. So anyways, here today, we're going to be actually testing the voltage on this 120 youth sled, and they're all basically the same, especially the newer ones, the Arctic Cat, Yamaha, and then also Skidoo. I don't know if Polaris makes one for sure. I'll kind of have to look into that as far as the 2024, 25, 26 models, if they still make a youth sled. I believe 23 was maybe the last year. We'll have to double check on that. Anyways, the Arctic Cat, Yamaha, Skidoo 120s, they're all basically the same sled. They just have different graphics, I believe in different seats, to my understanding anyways. So just kind of different graphic kits and all that, all made by the same company, I believe. So to get into this here, we just want to make sure it has DC current and not AC current. We're going to double check. So just popping open the hood on this 120 like that. We already got it jacked up on our trick lift here. We have a prior video about that too. Anyways, you got your wire coming here from the motor up here. Then you got your headlight housing. Obviously, they just have a single headlight housing and single bulb. This is going to be an H4 style. I can already tell you got your 3-prong connector right here that plugs right into the bulb, and then sealed in there with that blue plastic. So I'll start up another section of this video here in a second, just showing how that comes out and everything, and how you test it. I want to make sure I toss on my rubber gloves here, and just so I'm not contaminating anything with hand oil. I'm worrying about burning out expensive LED headlight bulb. So we'll start right back up here in a second. So we're back here with this ZR120. Actually, I kind of noticed with the hood, it kept falling down on me. It's very kind of spring loaded with this, so it kind of wants to go closed a little bit. So all I did was just toss the ratchet strap right up here lightly, so I didn't scratch anything up. It's a brand new sled. I just ran it down there just super lightly, and that'll hold it up so we don't have to worry about it breaking or falling on top of us when we're working. So anyways, as far as checking the voltage, if it's AC or DC, to find out if you need a rectifier. If it's AC current, you're going to need a plug and play rectifier that plugs right in here, obviously. And I did notice too, when unplugging this and then looking at it right now, they've only got one setting as far as high and low for the bulb. They only have 2 wires. They really don't have an option to switch between high and low beam on this sled. It looks like they just went with one bulb function for the kids. So it's either high or low. We'll have to find out here in a second what it is. But you got your negative, so you want to find out where your black is, obviously. That's where your black probe is going to go into right there. So it'll go into that one. You can kind of see that right there on the left side. The right one is going to be your positive. So we'll toss in, you kind of see that. That probe is going to go right in there. I'm just going to set this down for 1 second. And all these probes make it pretty easy. Black just pushes right in there, red there, and you can see what you got for voltage. Obviously the sled's not running yet, so we're not going to be able to see what it has. We'll go ahead and get this thing started up here and figure out what the voltage looks like. So here we are back, guys, with this VR. So we got our multimeter set up. This right here is going to be your AC voltage. So you want it actually set on the V with the squiggly line and set it at 200. You got your dial turned to that. And on your red, plug in your probe to this guy right here. Black always goes to your comm, okay? Red's going to go into your positive up here since it only has 2 leads coming out of that H4. Black's going to go into your ground, and that's going to go to your comm. So we're at 10.8. Fluctuate just a little bit. 10.8 to 11.2. We'll rev it up a little bit to see what it's at. Oh, it's 12-volt system. So with the meter set on AC current, 200, the squiggly, we're reading about 12 volts, 12.3, 12.2 volts. So that's going to be AC current there. Switch her over to the DC. we're barely reading anything. So these 120s are not DC current. They are actually AC current. See, there's barely anything on there, and a little bit of DC that it's putting out is fluctuating quite a bit. Versus AC current, we are at pretty dang steady around 12 volts. So what that tells us right here with these ZR120 youth sleds, we're actually going to need our rectifier. So that's going to be the plug and play H4 AC/DC rectifier. That'll plug right in here. It'll have the opposing connector on this side, and then I'll plug into your LED bulb. So you're not going to want to install LEDs on this sled for a headlight unless you have that rectifier. That's what it's telling us. You risk, more fluctuation as far as in your headlight bulb. You can burn out headlight bulbs at the very least, and eventually you can actually burn your harness here because you'd be backfeeding that power into the system, which isn't good for your electrical system.